deal with.
This affects a lot of people more than you probably realize.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many affected until I found out from the experts. And the type of disorders run the gamut, from physical issues to neurological problems to psychological challenges. But the good news is there are treatments that work.
Noticed that I was just exhausted all the time, and I recognized the symptoms.
Mackie Ayers recognized the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea because her husband had it for decades. OSA happens when the muscles around the throat relax during sleep, narrowing the airway, which restricts breathing. An estimated 9 to 13% of the population suffers with obstructive sleep apnea, plus many more who don't know they have it.
It is more common than people think, and it's a little bit under-recognized. I think it's coming a little bit more and more to the light in recent years, but it's still one of those things that a lot of times we don't know we have it, and we don't know that it's impacting our sleep negatively.
And impacting lives negatively, including sleepiness during the day, sleepiness behind the wheel, and OSA can cause serious health problems.
It can also have negative effects on the health in general from a heart health perspective. We think that untreated sleep apnea, especially if it's in a significant degree, can lead to health issues including high blood pressure, difficulty to control diabetes, irregular heart rhythms, heart attacks, and even strokes. So it's very important to recognize it and treat it.
Signs you may have obstructive sleep apnea include waking up not feeling rested, snoring, waking multiple times a night, sleepiness during the day, blood pressure that's difficult to control. It's more common in those overweight, but healthy weight people can have it too. There are several treatment choices, but the gold standard?
The CPAP machine is the most effective way to treat sleep apnea in any degree, and it has been like that for years.
When Mackie uses her CPAP,
Well, I don't go home and take a nap for 4 hours in the afternoon every day.
but the most pervasive sleep issue facing Americans,
A lot of people suffer from insomnia.
between 10 and 30% of adults suffer chronic insomnia, which is difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep at least 3 days a week for more than 3 months.
Consistently through the night, I wake up a lot. So I try to get 8 hours, but tossing and turning, waking up, been trying to find ways to get better sleep.
Unlike sleep apnea, insomnia is not physical, it's psychological.
Some people who have a certain type of personality that say more type A type, kind of very into details, will start to worry about the fact that they're not sleeping. Will start to try to control all the aspects that make them go to sleep, and will start to almost obsess about it. And it becomes this vicious cycle.
The best treatment for chronic insomnia, cognitive behavioral therapy.
To give the person back their confidence and ability to fall asleep.
More on what that entails in a later report.
And then we also see unusual things.
Called parasomnia behaviors like sleepwalking or REM sleep behavior disorder. That's when people act out their dreams. That disorder is associated with neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's.
Then there are a lot of neurological conditions we see in the sleep clinic. Things like narcolepsy, when people just suddenly fall asleep, or restless leg syndrome.
Ron Walker's battle with severe restless leg syndrome began 5 years ago with an inability to get comfortable.
And then from there it progressed into muscle spasms and just shots of pain down my legs. And it was the nerve pain, and then it would be followed by a shot of real intense muscle spasms. And it would just go on for hours, 6 hours a night. So I would sleep for 2 hours in this chair at best, and then try to go out through my day. And it just wore me down after 18 months of that.
After half a dozen doctors and failed treatments, Ron's wife found Dr. Wu, and Ron finally found relief.
It's been about 3 months, and I feel like a new person. It's gone. I feel like I'm going to be able to get back to my hobbies again and do the things I love.
Even race car driving. Our sleep experts emphasize there is treatment for all of these disorders. Getting the rest you need is possible.
And when we treat them, they feel like they've completely gotten their lives back.
So there is no need to suffer. There are sleep doctors here in Baltimore, experts that can help. Coming up in part 5 on Friday, we'll talk more about when you should consider making an appointment to see a doctor.
I've always been fascinated by the sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The restless leg syndrome is
Right.
also really interesting, and you don't realize that there's so many reasons for
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
And sleepwalking is actually your body is awake and your brain is asleep. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and people can do some seriously
Yes, they can.
weird things
Seriously
and crazy
weird
things.
things. It can get
I mean,
dangerous. This
Yeah,
is true, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So coming up, you're talking more about this
We're
stuff
talking
too.
about circadian rhythm tomorrow.
Okay.
What it is and why some people have different circadian rhythms and what you can do to correct it if yours is out of sync.